isolate a network and try to run the aerodump-ng against that specific network in order to gather much more detailed information about that network so we can launch our attacks according to that information. Okay, and it's not very different from what we have been doing so far. We're going to use some additional parameters on the aerodump-ng, and it's all stated in the help documentation, but don't worry about it. I'm going to show you how to use it. So this will enable us to gather information about the clients, the devices that has been actually connected to that router in the upcoming minutes. So I'm going to go into my Kali Linux. As you can see, we gathered the information, the basic information when we actually executed the aerodump-ng. Okay, so if you lost that information, please do that one more time to gather this information, because we're going to need the BSSID, the MAC address of the target network. So in my case, the target network is the Academy Club. So this is my own network, my home router or my company router. So I can attack this, and I know that it has this BSSID. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run iwconfig to make sure I'm still in the monitor mode. Okay, so if you're not in the monitor mode, make sure you run airmon-ng start to go into that monitor mode. After that, I can run aerodump-ng, and we have to provide the BSSID of this Academy Club or your own target network. So over here, you can just copy and paste the things, or you can just manually type it in. Of course, we're going to need the channel information as well. So channel is much more easier, so I'm going to write it first. So -- channel 8. Okay, so make sure you write your own channel. So mine seems to be 8 right now, so I'm writing -- channel 8. So this is very easy, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write the BSSID. So -- BSSID, and let's take the BSSID from here. Let's see which one. Yeah, this one. So I'm going to copy this, okay, and just go to the other tab and just paste this. Here you go. Now this is okay, but we need to specify the WLAN mode or the interface monitor mode interface name, and also if we want to write the result into a file, we should specify that as well. In this case, actually, we don't need to write anything, but later on we will need it. So let's see how it works. All you gotta do is just specify this -- write parameter. It means that we will create a file that we will store the results inside of it. So I'm going to call this file something like aerodump test. It doesn't matter what you call it, okay? I can just call it anything I want, but I'm going to call this aerodump test. And finally, I'm going to specify my interface, which is WLAN and here you go. Now we are ready to test this. So we will see all the information in the terminal, but also it will be written in a file called aerodump test. And this file will be created in the folder that we are currently running this command. And here you go. So now we are getting some results back, and let's see the results. As you can see, we are seeing very similar screen when we compare it with before. So we are seeing still the BSSID, the power, the beacons, and the number of data, everything over here. But also we are seeing this information as well. So we didn't see that before. So as you can see, BSSID is same for everything, but the stations. These stations are the MAC addresses of the devices that are currently connected to that network. So these MAC addresses actually belong to my phone, belong to my computer. So whatever is connected to your device, whatever is connected to your target device. And over here you can see the power, the proximity of that devices as well. And also the last 10 frames stands for the number of packets that is being transmitted as we speak right now. So maybe some of those devices trying to connect to the internet, maybe somebody is browsing Instagram right now using my home router. So I'm seeing some kind of package information over here. So it's still being actively used at this point. So it's very good. Now I'm getting everything related with some kind of target router, right? Some kind of target network. And these are all very specific and very important information, because we will need to launch some attacks in order to know how hackers do it. And that's all we need. So I'm going to hit Control-C in order to make this stop. And as you might remember, we have written this information into a file. And in my case, it's written under the root folder. So if you have executed this in another folder, it doesn't matter. All you gotta do is just run ls, and you will see all the files that you need to see, like aerodump test, 01 cap, CSV log, and like some kind of netxml and other things as well. So in many cases, we are interested with the cap files. So these cap files can be actually read by using something called Wireshark. Okay, so Wireshark, we don't actually need to use it right now. We will see it later on, but it's a very important tool. It's an administrative tool. It's not a hacking tool. Okay, it's an admin tool in order to oversee what's going on inside of a network. So if you're an administrator of a network, you can use Wireshark to see what's going on. In order to open the Wireshark, you can just run Wireshark and hit enter, or you can come over here and search for Wireshark. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't exist in my Kali Linux, I believe. Yeah, here you go. My Kali Linux doesn't see Wireshark, and it doesn't work for some reason. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try one more time and see. Yeah, here you go. It doesn't exist. So what we need to do, we need to install the Wireshark if you're in the same situation. And again, in this lecture, we're not even going to use the Wireshark. Okay, we know we have everything that we need right now, but Wireshark is a very important tool, and we will see it later on during the attacks, during the network attacks. So we need to make sure that it's installed in your Kali Linux. And sometimes you may need to actually go back and review the files or review the results that you have actually recorded before. So I'm going to go into the Firefox and let's see how to install the Wireshark. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Google. And let me make this a little bit bigger. And here you go. I'm going to search for Wireshark. By the way, it's completely free. So let's go wireshark.org. So as you can see, it's one of the widely used tools, and it's a network tool. And many of the cybersecurity specialists needs to use it one point at a time in their career. So here you go. In the Wireshark, I believe we have Windows installers and Mac OS installers, and we don't have anything related with the Linux for some reason. So let's go to, you don't have to do that by the way. I'm just trying to find how to install it in Linux. And once I find it out, I will show it to you. So here you go. It says for Debian, so Kali Linux is based on Debian, and I believe we can work something out of this Debian. And I believe they put this into the package manager. So all we gotta do is just write apt install Wireshark, and here you go. Yeah, all you gotta do is just say yes, and by yes I mean capital Y, and hit enter, and here you go. It's actually installing the Wireshark for us. So that's all we needed to do. So I'm just installing this Wireshark because I want to show you how to open this, and it asks for some reason, should non-super users be able to capture packets? Yeah, why not? So this is our Kali Linux, and maybe you may want to use this with different users. So all you gotta do is just select yes from here and hit enter. Okay, and I believe that's it. So again, I'm going to show you how to use the Wireshark, and I will explain when to use it later on as well. So if I run Wireshark right now, yeah, I can reach it from here, and I believe I can reach it from the terminal as well. Yeah, here you go. That's what I have been talking about. So this is Wireshark. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and here you go. So this is again a network analyzer, and as you can see, it's actually it started to capture the packets. It started to listen to the traffic. As you can see, it shows me the list of interfaces, and these lines indicated the traffic in those interfaces. In ETH0, we don't have anything because we are not using that kind of internet right now. So I close down the Firefox, but in WLAN Oman, there is something going on. So maybe if I want to listen to the WLAN Oman, I can just double click on it and I can see all the packets transmitting right now. That is not what we are here for, by the way. Okay, so I didn't actually install that for that purpose. And in fact, listening to WLAN Oman at this point doesn't give us much because we are not actually connected to a router. So if I double click on that, I will see all the packets transmitting right now, but all of the packets will be encrypted, so we won't be able to see anything. So if I come over here to the menu and say File Open, I can find the error dump test 01.cap file. If I double click on that, it will open that cap file for me in my Wireshark. And yeah, I can just continue without saving. I don't need that information. And again, so this is not something that we would be actually spending too much time on it because we were not even connected to that router. So we captured a lot of packets. So these are all packets that has been transmitted using that router, but we won't be able to read it because we don't even know the password. So it's encrypted with that specific WPA encryption. Okay, so if you want to actually analyze any kind of packet, you can double click on a packet. Okay, you can just select one and you can try to see the details of it. But again, you won't see much in this case. It will be all encrypted for you. As you can see, we are all seeing gibberish right now. So if we want to see some more clear data over here, first of all, we need to actually know the password of that specific router. So again, we can see all the kind of details related with the packets, but that is not what we are here for right now. All I wanted to show you, you can actually write the results of the error dump ng into a caplet file, and you can actually read it using something called Wireshark. And we're going to use this Wireshark tool in the analysis or in the attack section, I believe in the section 9, in order to capture the passwords and the usernames of the users. Okay. So even though we didn't see much in the Wireshark right now, what do we have? We have everything related with that particular network, right? So I have these files. I can go back and analyze them anytime I want, but I already have what I want, right? So if I just run this one more time without even writing the result, I can still see the result, right? I can still see the results over here like this. I don't need to write this, but no, to use the --write parameter so that we will use it once we try to crack the password of those specific networks later on. But all you gotta do right now is have that kind of information available on your terminal again. So make sure you run this one more time. Make sure you get the connected stations to your target network.